Apparently there's some guy that's blowing kisses to other bikers. That is a brilliant idea. Let's go. And a freaking taxi driver on his cell phone. What the hell is that all about? Doughhead. I'm excessively tired, but I will try to relate to you the activities from last night. So, first of all, we have a cat, a new cat. In addition to our existing cat, a little kitten. And the cats are to the stage where they tolerate one another after, you know, some rounds of full-on cage matches.
3, 2, 1, fight!
The kitten has figured out how to get onto the bed, so he likes to sleep on the bed with us, which is, I guess is fine, but he has this little habit. I guess he was weaned from his mother a little too early. He seeks out one of his own nipples, thankfully, and then begins to, you know, suck on his nipple. Yeah, so he makes this kind of loud slurping noise, you know, which kept waking me up, and then ultimately induced this dream state.
With a load of iron ore, 26,000 tons more than the Edmund Fitzgerald weighed empty.
Which started with me, you know, me asking. I don't know if it was like I had asked some woman out on a date. You know, even though I had, you know, no real intention of, you know, any sort of amorous affair outside of my marriage, I had somehow hooked up with some woman who also I wasn't at all attracted to, and a date had been set up, and now I was, you know, she had come over to, you know, meet me, and we were going to go out on the date, kind of thing. I guess I had told her just come on over to my place or something. And so I proceed to go on this date, and I take my wife with me. So it's kind of like my wife and I and this woman go out to dinner, if you can imagine. You know, and it's quite obvious that it's a date, you know. So my wife is somewhat upset by this, obviously.
That good ship and true was a bone to be chewed when the gales of November came early.
The next part of the dream is my brother and my wife kissing, and I'm just like enraged by this, and, and my brother's like, well, didn't you just like ask some woman out on a date, you know? And so I tell my brother, you are dead to me, and then I attempt to rip my clothes, but because my shirt, the cotton is such high quality in my shirt, I'm unable to rip it. So I just storm off, and I, you know, of course, exactly what you do in these situations, you jump on your motorcycle and you just fucking ride, right? So I jump on the motorcycle and I proceed to ride.
The ship was the pride of the American side, coming back from some mill in Wisconsin.
But the motorcycle has some sort of, it starts to have some sort of mechanical issue. And I'm down by Granville Island, where there's a Honda motorcycle dealer down there. but instead of taking it there, I take it across the street or next door or something to this little one-man shop, motorcycle shop. And I can't remember the guy's name, like Franco or something, but oh dear, skunk. Whew. There's a bit of a smell there. And anyway, so I take it to this, in the dream, I take it to this this one-man motorcycle place, and the guy proceeds to, focus in on the stator, and he pulls it out, and it looks exactly like an alternator for some reason, which is a little bizarre. But then he starts monkeying with the thing, he gets all his hammers out, and this goes on for a great deal of time. And so finally, I get so impatient with this that I just take it across the street to the Honda dealer, and the Honda dealer is like, oh yeah, it's your stator, you need to rebuild the stator, and it's not a problem, we'll take care of that. So they begin to work, and I start to notice that at the Honda dealer they have this audio track playing, and it's Gordon Lightfoot, Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald.
The legend lives on from the Chippewa on down at the big lake they call Gitchagumi.
This is like constantly playing in the background.
The lake, it is said, never gives up her dead when the
so anyway, they work on it, and then this goes on and on and on, and it's kind of like a big kind of for some reason their shop is enormous. So I'm waiting there, and they're tinkering away, and they keep trying it and putting it back in, doesn't work, and so finally I say, why don't you just order, why don't you just get a new one? Well, we don't have one in stock because we're a Honda dealer. And so finally, after I don't know how long of working on this thing, and they finally admit defeat. But then they come to me and say, well, we're not going to work on this any further. We've just heard, what you did to Franco. Franco is extremely upset that you spurned him and came over here to us. He feels that you think he's incompetent or something, and so I'm obliged to apologize to Franco for taking. I tell him I just want to ride the bike, man. I just want to ride the bike, and so then they relent, and they order a new alternator / stator for me, and I tell them, look, just order the thing like next day air, right? Because I don't want to freaking wait around any more than I have to. So as I'm waiting there, they clear away the floor because it's like after hours now, and the walls move out, making it even more cavernous. And then the whole thing turns into this wild discotheque, and I find myself. I look down and I see that I've removed my motorcycle pants, and I'm wearing just my shorts, and and then the alarm goes off, and it's time for work.